Alright, what's going on, dudes, and welcome back to Minecraft, where this time we'll be checking out a mod that gives you access to so many swords, it's just unbelievable, because that's the name of the mod. Yeah. So to start off here, I've laid out all the items you're able to craft with the mod installed in this chest. The first line being swords that have special right-click abilities. The second line being regular melee swords that do lots of damage, look super fancy, and also have cool crafting recipes. And down below that, we have items that aren't actually swords at all, contrary to the name of the mod. But at the same time, I don't think anyone's complaining about rapid-fire flaming arrow crossbows, so there's that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We'll begin with the super cool special right-click ability swords. Why not? Let's go ahead and start off with the Blood Scythe, which actually it'll be better if we're in survival in order to demonstrate it. So this is the only sword, I believe, that doesn't actually do extra damage on its own when you left-click things. You actually right-click it. You'll notice it takes out a whole bunch of our health, but at the same time, if we go into our inventory here, we now have strength 2 for a minute, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with the strength buff, but it just gives you extra punching ability. And if we lay down our poor guinea pig spider here, we can punch him to death with no problem. And also, if we actually equipped another sword on top of that, it would do some lovely bonus damage. So that's the Blood Scythe. It also won't allow you to... So on the forum page, it said that it won't allow you to use it if you will die by using it. That was apparently incorrect. Well, now you know. Don't use the Blood Scythe if you're below 7.5 hearts of health. So that was very, very clever on my part. Anyway, to wrap things up on the Blood Scythe, let me go ahead and give myself one more, as well as some spiders again as guinea pigs and some health packs. Let's get ourselves reset there. Nice. Good way to start off, Jordan. Good way to start off. So anyway, the crafting recipe for the Blood Scythe is as follows: a few blocks of redstone diamond, a couple of iron ingots, and then you'll have that, and I guess you don't want to use it if you're low on health, or that will happen. Beautiful, beautiful. At least I proved a point there. So next up, we have the Sword of Ender, which is basically like having a little mini ender pearl, because you have to actually have a block on the ground highlighted in order to be able to teleport. Again, it works just like an ender pearl in that, yes, you will lose a couple of hearts when you teleport, but at the same time, it also does 8 attack damage, which is 1 above a diamond sword, so it's pretty darn powerful. You can go ahead and, yeah, you don't know where we're coming from because I'm teleporting all over the place. Yeah, I'm so agile. So you can do that to spiders with the ender sword. All right, and the crafting recipe for that is a few ender pearls, eye of ender, and a couple of iron ingots. Let's go ahead and toss it on back and grab the chainsaw, which, well, you may be able to guess, but the special ability of the chainsaw is that it's able to destroy wood fairly quick. So let's run over to a tree over here. They are conveniently placed quite far away. I apologize for that. And if we left click, we can just destroy wood fairly quickly using the chainsaw. It's a left click, by the way, not a right click. The right click won't do anything. And this does 8 attack damage. So again, 1 above a diamond sword. Diamond sword does 7, just so you have that in mind for reference when we're comparing these. So, Mr. Spider, I'm so sorry, but now you're about to get taken out with a chainsaw. Yup, too bad, so sad. Let's throw this on back. And this is the crafting recipe, just a whole bunch of iron. Okay, so next up is the upgraded chainsaw. So as you can probably imagine, the upgraded chainsaw, which I was trying to place in the first slot of my inventory, no big deal, requires a regular chainsaw to craft plus a bunch more different items, some gunpowder, iron ingots, yellow, and ink dyes. So let's go back to a tree. Again, it's conveniently placed farther away. I should have thought this through a little bit more, but anyway, almost there, almost there. So again, the upgraded chainsaw just chops down wood a little bit faster, but it also right-click on the ground and things just blow up. Yep, boom. You want to mine a tree? Make it blow up. So that's the upgraded chainsaw. Kinda nifty. So while we're running back with somewhat lessened health and our hunger bar is kind of running low, let's put the health pack to use. So the health pack will actually regenerate your full health bar and up to 75% of your hunger bar. If by eating it. And the crafting recipe is like so. Don't ask me why that regenerates your health like it does. I'm not sure. Maybe slime balls and paper is like a delicacy somewhere. It is what it is. You know, looks like it tastes great. So that's a health pack, and it just regenerates a whole bunch of hunger and health, and makes you feel a lot better when you're running low. So, all right, let's throw the chainsaw back, and we'll move on to the lightsaber. So the lightsaber is pretty powerful, 9 attack damage, and again, right-clicking on the ground will actually teleport you, plus make a little explosion. So that's kind of nifty. It'll teleport you into your explosion. I'm not sure if that's like something that's useful or what, but you can just keep on teleporting and blow up an entire path behind you. Look at how nifty our little trail of craters is. And again, 9 attack damage, so you can take mobs out with ease. All right, and the crafting recipe for that is a couple diamonds and a beacon. So kind of expensive, to be honest here. It'll take a while for you to get the lightsaber, so have fun with that. But again, I don't know, man. Wouldn't you want it to like be a blood, sweat, and tears in order to become Luke Skywalker? At least that's just my perspective on it. All right, next up we have the Spear of Zeus, which, what does Zeus do? He throws lightning bolts. All right, cool. If I right-click on the ground, I throw a lightning bolt. And if I right-click on the ground next to a spider, I throw a lightning bolt on the spider and also accidentally lightning myself and light the spider on fire, and then hit him with one more hit, because this does 8 damage as well. So it'll take mobs out pretty easily. All right, let's eat another health pack really quickly, which I can't do because my hunger is full. Dang it, I'm just going to have to let it regen naturally. All right, and the crafting recipe for that is a block of gold, blaze rod, and a golden apple. So not too expensive because it's the lower tier golden apple, not the shiny one. So you can get it, that wouldn't take too long. All right, so next up we have the dynamite on a stick, which might not do all that much damage with a left click, but what it will do is blow things up. I think the mod creator really likes blowing things up. Like, that's what I've gathered from reading the post and looking at all the different items here, is he just really likes blowing things up. And apparently that's the end of our dynamite on a stick. We have used it to capacity. Let's go ahead and give ourselves one more just so we can look at the crafting recipe on it. Here is the crafting recipe, just TNT on a stick. That's why the durability is fairly low on it. But you can make a few of them if you'd like to just continuously blow things up. Actually, poor spider guinea pig, let's and right click next to him on the ground. I am so sorry for your loss, and boom. And let's see if we can finish him off with punching. Does it do much damage to him? I guess not, but I do want a health pack. So that one's more just cool versus actually doing lots of damage to our friendly mobs, I suppose. TNT on a stick. So the next sword here is called the Sword of Tyr, and it's made with gas tears, and it's my least favorite sword because its special ability makes it rain, and I don't like that. Yeah, a sword that does the very thing that I always try to reverse when it happens. Cool. It does the same damage as a diamond sword, though, so I guess it's good in that case. But rain, you know, can I reverse the rain? Can I reverse the rain, or is this purely just an inconvenient sword? No, I can reverse it. All right, cool. Fantastic. All right, finally, what is perhaps my favorite sword, which is the Redstone Sword, which does 7 damage, equal to a diamond sword, but also makes very big boom. Very big boom. And when I say very big boom, I mean very, very big boom. I wasn't underestimating, or I wasn't joking with you there. That's a crater from the Redstone Sword. It doesn't even use that much durability. Here's a recipe on it. It's actually not that hard to obtain either. So you get lots of humongous TNTs for the price of not very much. And it doesn't actually do much damage to you either when you use it. What does the most damage to you is simply falling. And I'm stuck right there. Okay, let me out, please. Can I please exit? Thank you. All right. Yeah, my favorite sword, I think. Because it's kind of a double whammy. Big boom and lots of left click damage. So that's it for the swords with special abilities. Let's move on to just the regular melee swords, starting off with, I guess we can just put them all in our inventory at the same time. Why not? Let me just go ahead and dispose of the random stuff that I've gotten here, and we'll throw all this stuff down. And there we go. Okay, so first up, we have the obsidian sword, which is made like so. Not too difficult to obtain the ingredients, and it does 8 damage. So let's just go ahead and, I don't know, we'll spawn a bunch of test dummy spiders that are actually going to become hostile in just a couple seconds if I don't set it back to daytime. So let's take a few of them out. There you go. And, you know, does quite a bit of damage. Next up, we have the flint sword, which has pretty simple crafting recipe. But it does do a good bit of damage for what it's worth, 6 damage. So see you later, spider. It just has a pretty low durability, as you might be able to gather from it. So next up we have the glass sword, which it really is a sword made of glass. So as you may be able to guess, it doesn't have very high durability, but it does have the damage of diamond, but it's already gone. So if you want a couple quick hits and you don't have any diamond at your disposal, there you go. And it's already expired. Next up we have the blaze war axe, which is super freaking fancy looking. And it's a pretty intensive recipe there. But at the same time, it does do a good bit of damage. And sorry, Mr. Test Dummy Spider, but we're going to see you later. And it has a pretty good bit of durability as well, as you may be able to guess from how expensive it is. All right, so next up, we have the machete, however you prefer to pronounce it, and pretty simple crafting recipe. Does the same damage as a diamond sword, and I used the lapis sword by accident there. Spawn another spider just so we can use the machete alone. All right, boom. And next up is the lapis sword. This is a crafting recipe on it, and it does a solid diamond sword's worth of damage. Just an alternative crafting recipe for you, if you please. Next up, sugarcane sword. Don't ask me how this works. Doesn't do as much damage. It also doesn't make much sense how I'm gonna hit you with sugarcane. Yeah. Do you like the wrath of my plants? It also doesn't have bad durability, which is very interesting. And finally, we have the slime sword, which is a wooden sword surrounded in slime balls. Doesn't do all that much damage, but it does have very, very high durability. So anyway, there we go. Jerry, help us out here with your super high durability sword. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. Taking out spiders left and right. All right, so that's about it for the swords that just are regular melee weapons, more or less. Now we'll move on, finally, into the crossbows, which are super fancy and awesome. And I just need to grab myself an arrow really quickly here. And we'll switch on into creative mode, just so we can do some rapid fire. So, and let me grab this as well, just so we have it. All right. So let's start off with the regular crossbow, which has a crafting recipe of this. It uses a bow and some other stuff. It's a pretty crossbow looking recipe. All right, let's spawn some hapless spiders who are about to get rocked. And yep, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of awesome. Just a little bit awesome. It's just a little bit awesome. See you buds later. Okay. Fantastic. So next up, we have the reinforced crossbow, which you just surround a regular crossbow in iron, and it gives it more durability, more power, so on and so forth. It's already one-shotting all the spiders here, so, you know, it might not actually have that big of a difference, but you can at least just get the pleasure of seeing me destroy more and more spiders. Next up, we have the blazing crossbow, which just uses blaze rods instead of sticks, and it shoots flaming arrows, so it's kind of awesome there. So yeah, guys, how you doing? See y'all later. I am so sorry for your loss. This is the best. And finally, the reinforced blazing crossbow, which is basically the reinforced blazing crossbow to the blazing crossbow is the same as the reinforced crossbow to the regular crossbow. So, you know, can't get enough of this. So let's just keep laying out spiders for their imminent demise. This is the best. Oh, the crossbows are by far the most awesome items in this mod. And last but not least, we have the Blaze Dynamite, which makes boom and makes lava in the center of it and blows up chests that we had items in. And yes, beautiful. Also, the lava just kind of chills there. I don't know. That's how it works. Just hanging out and stuff. And as a grand finale, I kind of want to try using this on the cliff over here and seeing if I can make, is made out of sand or sandstone? Please be sand. Please be sand. I want to make lots of sand fall. Come on. And falling sand. Oh, come on. More falling sand. We need more falling sand than that. I think the falling sand entities are actually updating the lava, and that's what's causing it to pour down here. So, yeah, I love falling sand. Who doesn't love falling sand? I think everyone loves falling sand. Anyway, there we go. That's about it for the So Many Swords mod. If you've enjoyed, a rating would be much appreciated. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. And if you're interested in any more info on the mod, check the description. That's about it. I will see you guys next time. Boom.